Great job. Great job. Here's what's crazy is at some point we're going to look back and say, man, we just got 13 wins, franchise record. Detroit Lions never done this before in the history of this franchise. We're going to be able to look back and say that. But not yet. Not yet. Because you know what we got to do next week? We got to win, man. We got to win. But you know what we said? Play Detroit Lions football. We did that and get the W. You guys did that. And we may roll it all the way down the table just like this. You find a way to win the game. And we found a way to win the game. We lean on each other and we use all parts. All right? That's a good job, man. I got one game ball. I don't even know the stats. Critical. Great job, St. Brown. No, it's you. Here we go.
Let's keep going, man. Like you said, let's keep going. Love y'all.
It's good. All right, everything we got goes into San Fran. Everything we got, man. Great win. Break it out.
Yeah, work it out, Waymo. Hey, big win today. You know we gotta keep stepping, keep going forward, never backwards. Gang on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Waymo.
Hey, what up, though, people? It's Wake Up Woodward, and we appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off the day with the Woo Crew, and I'm fired up, man. Swept another one. Oh, man, those crying bears, man. Get out of here. What a dub. We got a whole show to break it down. Flannel Sam, all right, bro? Hey, it's your boy, Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Koolaid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer, man. Flannel Sam, the vet of the squad, the vet of the network. I love that, man. I like the flannel, too, going on here, man. The black and gray tones.
Oh, yes. And maybe I should be like,
Put it on, bro.
Yeah. My hoodie flannel that I got for Christmas. Shout out my sister Emily, by the way. I think this is a pretty solid look. It does look like me and Koolaid are about to go rob someone, but that's all well and good.
Let's get it.
That's all well and good. But, man, I'll tell you what. I know we're going to get into it more, but I told you on Friday that the Bears, given, how last Sunday was such a rough day, given the loss, given the injuries, was just what the doctor ordered because the Bears stink. They're now on a 9-game losing streak, and the Lions made sure that they continued to stink. I'll just say that.
I'm so glad you said that because that was one of the themes of our show on Friday was use this game as a springboard, especially the offense. The defense, get some cohesion, and for the offense, use it as a springboard to put your foot down in the first quarter and just go. The difference between what they did versus the Bills and what they did versus the Bears is they actually scored on those possessions, whether they were touchdowns or field goals, and we want more touchdowns than field goals. But against the Bills, they came up empty in the first quarter on those drives where at the very least, you'd have liked to see Jake Bates be able to have an opportunity.
Sure.
So it was awesome to see them just kind of get that lead, protect that lead, be able to really play the game at their own pace and at their own behest and keep people healthy.
Yes.
Goodness.
One of my favorite things that I've ever seen on a pregame show is when Sean Baligian, he said this on the pregame show, and I thought it was very appropriate. He said that he wanted the Lions to get off to a quick start. He said 14-0, but it ended up being 20-0, and just spend the rest of the game just going like this. I mean, everybody knew that if you got up big on the Bears that they would wilt to some degree. And don't get me wrong, they scored a couple of second quarter touchdowns. Caleb Williams made a lot of nice plays, but it was never close. The outcome was never in doubt. You just got to bury those guys that are on an 8-game, now 9-game losing streak right away, and they're going to have doubt. They're going to quit, and they're already thinking of the offseason, and the Lions were the beneficiary of that, and they furthered that quest to the Bears, really just praying for Cancun right now.
Goodness gracious, man. And you know what? It was awesome to just see the Lions going through all of the adversity. Hey, shout out Devin Adar, 51 Clothing. Through all of the adversity, and they just handled business. That's the way that I would have wanted to see them go on and just kind of take care of business if they were healthy. They went out there and they beat them by double digits, and it looked easy. And it looked like if they wanted to, they could have pressed the gas even more on the offensive side of the ball. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I'm going to read the super chat, and then I got I gotta go to our booth. I see KG over here with the crispy hat on. Bro, and we gotta get the back walls up too. I got something special for the people.
I got you.
I'll tell you what, I'm on one right now, man. He says, with the super chat, $4.99. Hey, Flannel, Sam, you better have that J-Mo jersey in the cart already. Only 110 yards away from 1,000 yards receiving. Also, 4 away from 10 touchdowns.
Hey, we're definitely going to get into that. We got a whole segment dedicated to that man, Jamison Williams. But just remember, and I'm not rooting for this to happen, I promise. There have been several games this year where the Lions have won, but Jamison Williams, numbers-wise, has put up pedestrian numbers. So it could happen in these next 2 games. I would prefer that it didn't because, as Terry Foster said, I believe on Woodward and Maine and off-camera before he left the building, shout out T-Foss, is that they should probably try a deep shot or 2 to Jamison Williams every game. And I hope that they hit him for a couple in these last 2, especially going up against those Vikings in Week 18. But that's another story for another day. I personally think if I were to make a prediction, I'll save that for the Jamison Williams segment.
Definitely, man. Definitely, because he's a weapon if he's catching the ball. And as we saw in some of those plays, brother, he's a weapon when he's not even catching the ball. It was epic, especially on that, the Sam Laporta play. But
that was a good one.
That was a great one. Great play design by Ben Johnson. We'll get more into it before we introduce the rest of the cast and the crew as well. Just really, really quickly, because this is somewhat relevant. NBA All-Star voting is going on right now. Make sure you guys are going on and voting in the guy, Cade Cunningham. All right, the Pistons all season. Look, whatever you want to do at all positions, man. Whatever you want to do, make sure that you go and you vote this guy in. He's proven that he's worthy of it. Kevin Durant said that he deserves to be an All-Star. That's Kevin Durant. And why would he say that? With the Detroit Pistons, they did defeat the Phoenix Suns 133-125, and Cade Cunningham. All right, 28 points. 13 assists, man. 9 of 19 from the floor. And this is what I like. The trend that's happening here with Cade Cunningham. He's starting to become a stocks just goon. What I mean by that is steals plus blocks. You start to look at the trend. He's starting to be one of those guys that's getting you 3 or 4 stocks a game. And realistically, we haven't had that consistently since, and this is weird, Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond was the last guy to get your stocks at the tune of 3 and 4, 4.5 per game. So Cade Cunningham is doing his thing. Just want to say, make sure you guys go and vote for Cade Cunningham. His numbers this year are bananas. But shout out to you, chat family. As always, you guys are the most important part of the Wake Up Woodward family. Go on ahead and smash that like button. And to this elite booth, what up, though, KG in the sound booth? That's Detroit's #1 draft pick, a.k.a. Black Hollywood.
Hey, the Lions ain't the only ones on gang shit today, man. You coming in here dressed like this. Flannel got the hood on, man. What we talking about, man? This is real Detroit shit going on right now. But, man, this Lions team just continues to impress me, man. Like, the way they performed yesterday, and I get it was against the Bears. All right, who cares, bro? This is exactly why I told y'all I had no fear of going to Philadelphia in January. If they got to go, they got to go now. They might not have to. More on that later. But, man, just the way this offense went out there and played, man, just however you want it, man. Jared Goff serving it up, man. Jameer Gibbs, great on the ground. Ben Johnson, lock him up, bro. He's a fucking criminal. Like that shit that he called yesterday, the J-Mo bomb and then the stumble bum or the stumble rooski, whatever you want to call it. It was a masterclass yesterday, and the defense, they played great as well, man. Your secondary was in full effect. If he coming back, that was huge for the Lions, man. You had Terry and Arnold, Amik on the outside. They did the damn thing, man. Levi Onwuzurike, he did the damn thing from the tackle position. It was just so much that went right yesterday, and they put foot on neck, and they did what good teams do. And that's what this Lions team is at this point. No matter what iteration that they send out there, I just expect them to win.
Bro, that's why I was going to wear the Lions jersey. Y'all know I usually wear the Lions jersey on the game days, but I had to go with this one just because of how it looked. It's just so vicious, man. And the Detroit Lions went out there and they ate. That's what this represented. That's what I love about this back wall, too, man. That's the energy that they were on. Greg Alspa says, I like the look, Sam Flannel.
Oh, thank you.
I like that. Hoodie flannel is, that might be something you have to do a lot more. But Woodward Sports MVP. I'm fired up, dog. Woodward Sports MVP in the TD. It's a victory show, man. In the TD move on. What up, though, JB Smooth?
Jay Bizzle.
Yo, what's going on? I told you yesterday there was nothing to fear. It's the Bears, I know, but still, the Lions had that game in complete control. And I know we have a J-Mo segment coming up later on in the show, but Flannel, I think it's probably time right now. You should probably just add the J-Mo jerseys to your cart as it is, because the Week 16 hasn't officially ended until tonight's Monday Night Football. So that's when the yardage will be updated on the Lions website. So currently J-Mo's at 890, but as of tomorrow with the 143 yards, he will be at 1033.
890 is actually what he has now.
Is it?
Yes, 890 is what he has now.
I wasn't 100% sure, but I think they haven't updated the numbers just yet.
Man, JB's really
He's trying
to game the system. Trying to get
You know what? Maybe he just spoke it into existence. Maybe next week, 120 yards. Book it.
Hey, if it happens, I will make good on my word with pride. I will just say that.
And you know why I think it has a good opportunity to happen? It's because I've realized they like taking deep shots when they're outside. I realized
Interesting.
that. I was like, you know what? I think J-Mo has a good opportunity to do exactly what he did. Go back to the championship game.
Hey.
It was just a little wrinkle. I was like, you know what? He might get that next week. Hey, you know what? Shout out to that dude, Justin Cavassier. Chase, what up, though, y'all?
Yo, we're doing
Victory
good over
Monday.
here. Victory Monday. Chase, how we feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good, doing well. Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day.
Hey, bro, y'all sound like y'all was just over there taking the Victory Monday morning talk. Right before
Right. I swear, they on that couch slump, bro.
Hey, you know what? And I love the energy right now, dog, because the Detroit Lions, I don't care what anybody says. Oh, y'all are supposed to beat them. I heard Chicago Bears fans saying all that stuff. Mind you, they weren't saying that before the game, right? But I just don't remember a time where it's like, yo, we realistically have an opportunity to go out there and sweep our division. I'm not going to take any of these lightly. I don't care what their records are. I do not care. We just swept the Bears.
Yeah.
We just swept the FT freaking B, bro. And that's why I'm just like, hey, look at that, bro. My laptop all turned over. I'm really on one right now, man.
Laptop, you breaking shit here?
I am. And that's why
back to the streets.
I can't wait. No, because I believe the Lions showed us something yesterday, man. You said the best, KG, in my opinion. They went and they put their foot on their throat. And that's what this Detroit Lions team has consistently done no matter what's been thrown their way. They had that kind of hiccup against the Bills. But I don't know, man. I don't expect to see that again, man. I don't.
Well, it's just another challenge for the Lions because, like, obviously last year it was a different team, but a division-leading Lions went into Soldier Field and got beat for probably the worst loss of the season for the Lions, where their team, I would say, certainly looked the worst. You could maybe say the Ravens game, but you understand what I'm saying. But this year they had another challenge. They had another narrative that they had to bust. Going into Soldier Field is not easy, no matter how the Bears are playing, no matter how much they've kind of mailed it in already. It's a tough environment. The Bears have a lot of talented players, and it didn't matter because the Lions just went in and got ahead 20-0 almost before you could sit down and didn't let up. And that's exactly what they needed to do.
Goodness gracious. Let's get into the rest of this show, man, and I can't wait because we got to talk about one Jameson Williams.
Now, why would we do that?
Because I think that, as JB Smooth said, I still believe you should just go ahead and add that judge to the
Trying
cart.
to give him 1,000 yards before he got it, JB being slick.
Listen, he's so fast, he already has it.
Listen.
We just don't know yet.
I said
We're
this-
still catching up.
I said this months ago, and I got clowned at the time. Like, he should just get it anyway. But listen, Flannel, you knew your time was coming, bro. J-Mo might get it. They need to throw to him every possession. Fuck every game. Every possession, he needs to get a deep shot at this point. Like, the way J-Mo, like his speed, he outran a bracketed man coverage. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Yep, dope. And you know what, really, Mr. Biggs, he says, I'm fired up. And I guess, hey, he has his own nickname. He says, I'm Biggs Koolaid. All right, bro. Good morning to y'all, man. Chat family is on one right now. They fired up for Victory I Monday. heard some people say that if Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are Sonic and Tails, that, you know what, J-Mo, if Sonic and Knuckles, that J-Mo must be Tails because he flies. Just like we hear the legend Terry Foster say with Jameson Williams for a couple years now. He's been saying the Lions just got to let J-Mo fly. They definitely did that yesterday. He got 1 rush for 7 yards, but 5 carries for 143 yards for a total of 150 on the day, and a tutty. Jameson Williams getting that much closer to making sure you get that jersey, brother.
Yes, it's looking more and more likely that I am going to be getting a Jameson Williams jersey. And for the record, even if you guys don't want to believe me, I would happily go get one. It wouldn't be the best for my wallet necessarily, but that's all right. I will make up for that on the back end. But yeah, Jameson Williams, he had his career high in receiving yards in a game, 143. His career long reception, 82 yards, and now has 890 receiving yards on the season, which means he only has to average 55 a game in the last 2 in order for him to get 1,000 and for me to get my jersey and for him to squash any chatter anymore that he's a bust, which is pretty much already gone already. But when you're a top 15 pick, an 1,000-yard season is a nice feather in your cap, and I think he will end up getting it. And the thing about J-Mo is that we all appreciate that we saw it towards the end of last year, and we've seen it this year. He's not just a guy who runs go routes. He runs the entire route tree. He's a complete receiver. He catches the short, the intermediate, all that good stuff. But where he really is at his best, where he really is that unique weapon in the NFL, is his ability to just outrun DBs and make big plays for touchdowns. And that 82-yard touchdown reception, that was really a backbreaker. That was really what blew the game open. That's what gave him that 20-0 lead. And it was just impressive to just see him streaking down the field, him catching up to that ball that for a lot of other receivers would have been an overthrow, but for Jameson Williams, it was right in stride, and he went right into the end zone. It was beautiful to watch, and if Jameson Williams can continue to play like this and continue to make these big explosive plays, this offense is unstoppable.
Yeah, and you know what I love is that before, when I would see him make these plays, sometimes it looked like the defense just forgot about him. And outside of that, I didn't know how much respect was or wasn't being given to him. But in some of those plays yesterday, even in the ones that he didn't catch the ball, I still saw him having a big effect, showing that there is an increased respect for Jameson Williams out there on the football field and as a legitimate threat for the Detroit Lions. He is a legitimate weapon. If you don't have him on your scouting report when the Lions come into town, then he is going to roundhouse kick you in the face. Just period. I would assume that the Bears did scheme for him because you saw some of the attention that he garnered, especially on that Sam Laporta play. On the what are they calling it, KG? The stumble what?
The Jared Goff called it the stumble bum, and then Spendy called it the stumble rooski on the watch party. Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it, man. The stumble 6, man. On that play, you see J-Mo kind of just streak to the right side of your screen from left to right. And the linebackers are kind of just stunted. And then you notice that the secondary goes with Jameson Williams, and it clears out the entire back left of that end zone for Sam Laporta touchdown. And it was beautiful stuff to see him be able to get that type of respect in the same game in which he absolutely blew the cover off the defense. It wasn't like they weren't paying attention. He just ran by the DB, and then he ran by the safety.
Oh, you love to see it. And by that point, by that Sam Laporta touchdown, which in the play in which Jameson Williams had a big part in it, as Koolaid, you so eloquently mentioned yourself, Jameson Williams had already made that 82-yard touchdown catch. So the defense at that point, the Bears defense was scared shitless, as they should have been. As they should have been. I mean, considering how poorly they played and that Jameson Williams had already blew the top off of that coverage, that secondary that personnel-wise actually has some talented players, but they sure as heck didn't play like it on Sunday, or maybe the Lions offense is just that good. Who knows? I think it's a little bit of both. But when it comes to Jameson Williams and when it comes to a certain other player we are going to mention in the next segment, you can probably guess who he is. Stick certainly knows. I want to look a little bit big picture.
He just showed up in the chat.
Did he?
He literally did.
Did he?
He literally did.
For more reasons than one. I see that, Stick, and you're not necessarily wrong in that assessment, but it's Victory Monday. That's all well and good. Jameson Williams is Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson is Jameson Williams. The more I see J-Mo continue to make these big, explosive touchdown catches. That's what we used to see from Deshaun Jackson for many, many years. And I believe that's the type of player that J-Mo will be for the Lions moving forward. And calling him Deshaun Jackson is actually one of the best compliments I can give, because Deshaun Jackson had 5 1,000-yard seasons. Deshaun Jackson would constantly take the top off of defenses. And that's what J-Mo has done this year. Jamison Williams this season has 5 receptions of 50-plus yards. 5! And is averaging 17.6 yards per catch. The dude is he's just as explosive as they come in the NFL.
Is he is he one of the game's best, just big play, just players, period?
Yes,
absolutely.
100%.
That's, oh my gosh, that's so crazy to say. Thinking about where we all had potential during the offseason, we were all like, yo, we want to see him get there, and to the point that he actualized it. Through even a little bit of turbulence and noise through the season, that to me shows that he did actually lock in. Nobody's going to be perfect, but he's showing, just like this Lions team has shown, they can get through adversity. They clean up after mistakes quite well. And Jamison Williams all season has just been a person that's kind of ridden above the noise. That to me is why he's having this type of success, man.
You want to know why? Because he's a team player. Because the teammates, they absolutely love this guy. Like, he's never been somebody that's been uncoachable, and that's why, you know, when people was getting personal with J-Mo, I'm like, let's not do that, man, because he's never really exuded signs of being a malcontent in the locker room. By all intents and purposes, they love him in there. And then, you know, he does things from time to time, but just like yesterday, Dan Campbell had to pull him over to the sideline, coach him up, because after Tariq Stevenson, which I never want to hear his name again, you got cooked yesterday, bro. You got fucking cooked yesterday. But I'm just saying, but like, you know, he's always been open and susceptible to coaching, man. And he went out there, he gave you an 82-yard play bomb, the longest touchdown reception since Calvin Johnson in 2013. Think about that, man. So shout out to J-Mo, man. He's always been this player, and now you're just seeing it actualized on the field. Him and Goff's chemistry, it has taken another level.
Absolutely. And you know what, man? What would it be if we had a whole segment where we're talking about how well J-Mo did 150 yards and a total yards and a tutty if we didn't go to his godfather? Hey, Woodward Sports MVP, talk to me about your godson J-Mo, man.
I'm over here sitting like a proud father, man. My godson out there just making plays. I can't believe this. 82-yard bomb. It looked like for a second, Jared Goff was like, oh, snap, J-Mo was flying out here. I got to unleash this. So I was surprised that Jared Goff got it to him that deep, but I was like, hey, you know what? More power to him.
He did it last week. It got flagged.
It got flagged,
he missed
for
it.
But hey, he got it to him this week, and J-Mo was right there for it. As KG said before, like, this man will accept coaching whenever it's needed. And that's the whole thing when Dan Campbell pulled him to the side for a second to just coach him up just a little bit more, give him that boost of confidence just a little bit, just to say, hey, you know what? Relax, you got it. Your time is going to come out there on the field. And you know what? All you had to do was wait and relax, and that's all it took.
Yep. Well said, JB. And Jamison Williams played a heck of a game. And I have to give credit to somebody else in the room, because when we were all talking about offensive MVPs for this game, who we thought that they were going to be, I think it was pretty much universally Jahmyr Gibbs. And Jahmyr Gibbs played a really good game. And we're going to get to him later. Oh, yeah. But the only person who said J-Mo was actually our boy Chase. So take your victory lap, my dude.
Cavassier. He over there working hard, too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy he performed well. Happier that the Lions got the win. You know, like JB said, the week's not officially over yet. So after midnight, after Monday Night Football, we're on to San Francisco. So that's the focus right now.
More yards.
Coach speak, Chase. I like that.
Right.
Hey, but that's all right. That's what how they're feeling in the locker room. And you mentioned KG coaching, and obviously after J-Mo got that penalty, you saw Dan Campbell give J-Mo a little bit of a pep talk. But who you also saw, there was nobody happier on the entirety of planet Earth that J-Mo got that 82-yard touchdown than Antoine Randall.
Yeah.
My goodness. And if you remember,